Hey guys, as you can see, I have red hair now. It makes me look way paler than I am. I swear I have some color to me, even though I don't get outside and get any vitamin D at all. I have to have like a darker background so I don't look like fucking Jack Frost over here. I made this top 10 list very quickly off the top of my head. There's 3 honorable mentions, and one of the honorable mentions and one of the top 10 are technically 2 people, so I cheated a little bit in that part, but I don't give a fuck because this is my top 10 list and this is how I'm dealing with it. Number 1 is my husband, uh, Gabe. He is the most attractive guy in the world to me. I love him more than anything in this entire universe. I think he's gorgeous, he's cute, he's sexy, funny, creative, talented, amazing in every way that somebody could be amazing, patient and kind, a good person, which you can't really say much of that nowadays. I was joking around with him and I said, what would you think Shay would be pissed if I made this whole list 10 of him? Number 2 is Alan Rickman, old favorite of mine. His voice is awesome. He can dance, he can sing. I mean, he's obviously attractive. Snape was my favorite character in Harry Potter, in the books and the movies. And I don't think they gave him enough screen time in the movies, and I remain pissed about that till this day. He's just really fucking talented. I mean, like, it's undeniable. He's witty, and he's charming, and he's British. Number 3 is Ian Somerhalder. A lot of these guys are on here for looks. None of these guys are on here for looks, except for my husband, actually. Ian Somerhalder is conventionally attractive, and he's got those like really bright blue eyes. He's got muscles, but I don't really like the muscles. I liked him a lot as Boone on Lost, which I actually just started watching like a month ago. I love him in the Vampire Diaries. Delina is my end game, one of my top 3 OTPs. I think he's smart. Either that or he acts like he's smart. Number 4 on my list, not conventionally attractive. A lot of people give me weird looks for this. Peter Dinklage from Game of Thrones. That's not like the only thing he's been in, but that's what I know him from. I'm going to refrain from using words for small person or little person because I don't want to be offensive and I don't know what the correct terminology is. I think it's little person. I'm glad that they picked a good looking little person to play Tyrion after reading the books. I think he's funny and witty and charming. I think he deserves more recognition. I think it's funny when he tries to do an American accent because he sounds like a surfer. I think he's good looking. Like, I don't even know what to say. I think he's good looking. I think he is the best character and the best actor in Game of Thrones, hands down. I think he's awesome. Like, he's just awesome. Number 5 is one of my, I say cheating. I'm gonna say number 5 is the Doctor. That's what I'm gonna say to make this one person. Technically, it's David Tennant and Matt Smith. Since I'm saying the Doctor, I mean Christopher Eccleston. I think that's his name. It's been a while. It could be in there. Tom Baker. Yeah, the fucking Doctor, dude. The fucking Doctor. Like, as a character, as a whole, he's just an attractive fucking Time Lord. I'm saying Matt Smith and David Tennant. Before I started watching Doctor Who, everybody was going apeshit about David Tennant. And I was just sitting there like, he's not that good looking. So when I started watching, I was really sad because I knew I was going to see 9 go and I didn't know how I'd feel about Tennant. And he had me at fucking, like, immediately when he was up in that fucking spaceship. He was amazing. And I was like, this is my favorite Doctor. There's no Doctor better than this Doctor ever. But Matt Smith is one gangly motherfucker. I will say he's weird looking, but I think it's just because he's the Doctor. There's something attractive about him. He's kind of like a child, but he's also scary as fuck. Number 6, Misha Collins. At one point, I even had Destiel and like Castiel and Misha Collins on my Tumblr savior, which is funny considering now they're like one of my favorite couples in fictional history. I think Misha is a great person. I think he's a good humanitarian. I think he's great with his fans, even when they're dicks to him. And let's face it, bitches, you are dicks to him, because I doubt Misha Collins wants to go to every con ever and sit there and listen to you like, oh, what do you think of you and Dean? What the fuck do you think he thinks of him and Dean? He thinks whatever the writers want him to think. He thinks it's weird that we're writing fan fiction about him, and who gives a fuck? Keep doing it. You don't have to mention it to him. He knows what the fuck Tumblr is. I'm sure of it. I think through it all, he's really nice about everything, and I love that him and J2 like troll each other all the fucking time, and I love that he can't not laugh at Jared sometimes, and I just love everything about his acting. I like him enough that I've actually watched episodes of things he's been in that I don't even like. I've watched the episode of NCIS with him in it. I've watched CSI, Nip Tuck, The Ringer. Just the episodes with him in it. I don't even know anything about the rest of the show. And tonight, actually, before I did this, I watched the movie Carla with him in it. And I urge you not to fucking watch this movie unless you really like Misha Collins and want to see everything he's in. I wanted to see everything he was in, obviously. I read the summary, and judge me if you want, but I'm the sick bitch that like gets turned on by watching The Devil's Rejects. I was like, yay, rape party? Sorry, that's what I did. And I had to force myself to watch the rest of it just because since it was a true story, I kind of just wanted to watch it. I could not even deal with what was going on the screen. And I don't know if it was made worse because it was like fucking Misha Collins playing this psychopath. But it was bad. He's a great actor and he's attractive. Number 7 is somebody you might not know. Not by his name. Raul Julia. He played M. Bison in Street Fighter. Gomez Adams. And in the Addams Family. He was amazing at both. He's a great actor. I didn't know much about his personal life. I just thought he was attractive. I used to be like obsessed with Bison, and you know what? I really don't give a fuck what anybody says. I thought Street Fighter was a great movie, and I watch it all the time. I mean, like, I know it's cheesy, but it's great cheesy, so suck my dick. Number 8, Martin Freeman. I loved Martin before Sherlock, mostly for, I liked him in Love Actually, but mostly for Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. The only reason I watched Sherlock is because he was in it. I'm not a huge fan of Sherlock or Benedict Cumberbatch. I knew better. Meh. Martin Freeman's better looking. Sorry. I love him in Hitchhiker's Guide. I love that they picked him to play Bilbo Baggins. Something about me. Love Lord of the Rings, as you know. Hate Frodo. Elijah played him swimmingly because he was the whiny bitch he was supposed to be. I love that Martin Freeman played Bilbo so well as to, for the life of me, I cannot remember the original Bilbo's name, the old guy. Wow. I used to know all this shit. But anyway, he kept up on that. And I think The Hobbit was amazing. I like the Lord of the Rings books better, but I think the Hobbit movie hit the fucking mark. I will, if someone asks, go on all day about what was wrong with all the movies and all the timeline errors and the fact that Arwen needed to go the fuck home and they needed to put the elf guy in there, which for some reason I always forget his name. It starts with a G. I digress because I can go on and on. Just know I'm not a huge fan of Sherlock. Love The Hobbit. Love Hitchhiker's Guide. Love Hitchhiker's Guide. Martin Freeman's awesome. He's an awesome actor. Number 9 is Nathan Fillion. Nathan Fillion is an amazing actor. I've seen everything he's ever been in. There's nothing that he's been in that I haven't seen. He's hilarious. I'm sad that a lot of people only know him as Castle and not Captain Tight Pants or Caleb. Or he was great in White Noise 2, even though White Noise 1 was lacking. Waitress, Two Guys and a Girl, Blast from the Past. Oh, just like, he shines in every role he's in. He's amazing. And he's good looking. Number 10, as a matter of fact, is Brendan Fraser. Brendan Fraser used to be my number 1, well, 2 because I'm married and my husband's number 1, but back before I was married, Brendan Fraser was my number 1. I watched The Mummy more times than probably anybody in the universe should watch The Mummy healthily. He's awesome. I've pretty much seen almost everything he's into. he didn't age well, and I'm big on nostalgia. But Brendan Fraser's still good looking, so he's still 9 on this list. My honorable mentions: Jason Momoa. I think that's how you say it. Momoa. Anyway, Game of Thrones, Khal Drogo, and Conan, and I think he was in Battlestar Galactica. The reason he's honorable mention is he's obviously aesthetically pleasing to you ladies, but to me, it's more like he's okay looking. And again, I'm not into muscles, so that doesn't really do anything for me. I love him as Khal Drogo. I love Drogo Daenerys like a lot. I loved him as Conan. I didn't really like the original Conan, but I like the comics. I can't like him when he's not either of those people. He doesn't do it for me, ladies. He does not do it for me. Honorable mention number 2 is Mila Kunis. I decided I was going to make this list all guys. It was hard enough to make a top 10 list of dudes, because then I'd be like, well, I want to put Sigourney Weaver on the list, and then and Judi Dench, even though, you know, she's like 80, and blah, 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 and I'd go into that, and Susan Sarandon has to be on here. MILFs are a thing for me. I don't know. But Mila Kunis is the most attractive woman in the entire world. You can argue with me if you want, it's fucking true. If I could pick anyone to look like, it would be her in an instant. I wouldn't even have to think about it. She's gorgeous, and she's funny, and she's talented, and I love her. I think she's amazing. I don't want to hit it, because, I mean, like, I just don't, but I love her. She's gorgeous. My last honorable mention is the 2 people, Jared Padalecki and Jensen Ackles. The reason they're on this list, and not the list, is I didn't want to bog down my list with a bunch of supernatural characters, first of all. Second of all, Jensen Ackles, I've decided is kind of my mom's, because I like Misha and she likes Jensen. Thirdly, they're aesthetically pleasing, but not on my top 10 list. Maybe like a top 15. They would have made it on a top 15 list, probably. Definitely Jensen, maybe not Jared. Because to me, they're just like amazing dudes that I would want to hang out with because they're hilarious as shit. So I'm gonna go now and go get some mac and cheese and then watch some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I will see you next week. Hopefully, Shay, you don't run out of ideas. I don't know if I told you. Did I tell you? I sent a message to our inbox on here. Did I tell you that? Of ideas that I had. I don't know if you've used them yet, or if I'm in an alternate universe and I forgot everything ever, or I had a dream that I told you. I don't know. Anyways, so I'm gonna go. So live long and prosper.